could all see it.
All right, we're going to start over because Sandra said there was no sound, so we're going to do it the old-fashioned way. What I was telling you guys earlier, and we'll just recap because we did start a few minutes early, is what you're looking at here is, and if you can hear me now, just let me know. What we're looking at here is Leonardo Arms. What you see here is the 13th floor of Island Winds, and an amazing looking beach, by the way, which I'm going to ask Dave about in a second. And then we're going to take a walk around the entire facility here, and he's going to give us a kind of a rundown on what happened and how the place looks now. So Dave, kind of just do a quick recap again of how you got involved here and what your role is here at Island Winds.
Okay, well, I'm a second generation owner. My folks bought here in 1987. We purchased the unit from the family around 2002 or 3. Julie, my wife, and I have been down here as we could qualify as full-time residents. I'm the association president. I've been on the board for 6 years. I've been president for 5 of the last 6, and was primarily responsible with other key board members in rebuilding after Ian, and wanted Ed to come up and just appreciate the view from up here.
Yeah,
we don't
sure.
let anybody up here because of safety concerns, but it's too spectacular not to share with his viewership.
Tell us about the beach here. I mean, it's huge. You didn't have any part of the renourishment because you didn't really need part of the renourishment.
That's correct. If you stand out there, Ed, and you can see the natural shape of the island, Estero Island used to be called Crescent Island, and we are in what's called the bottom of the heart of the crescent, and we are a beach of accretion. Mm-hmm. We don't suffer erosion. We have the beach that gradually builds year after year, and as a result of that, we have 300 yards of an expansive beach here that has been accumulating for the last 50 years. I sent the picture to Ed that showed Island Winds a year after it was built, and the water is 45 feet from the buildings, much like Leonardo Arms before the renourishment took effect. And because of the accretion effect here, we are blessed on this portion of the island. Our beach continues to grow year after year, hurricane after hurricane, tropical storm after tropical storm.
It's an amazing beach. And who rakes the beach for you?
Chris and Ginger Weber run the cabanas for the beach, and they also are contracted to maintain the beach, not just for us, but for all of the people on the beach.
And those blue umbrellas out there are all yours, right? You own to the high tide water line, which is way out there.
The umbrellas belong to the Webers, but our property and all the property along here is deeded to the mean high water mark. So this is all our property, and every time another sand comes in, our property keeps going east or west.
Which is out toward the water.
Correct.
Now, I see some sand over here with some markings in it. What's going on there? Do you know?
Oh, just where it's darker?
Yeah.
That's where he was raking.
Okay, gotcha. So there's nothing. There's no turtles over there or any birds over there.
No, we have a turtle nest, and I haven't walked out to see it, but supposedly we have one on the north end of the property and one on the south end, but I haven't walked out to see it yet. I think that one is way over there.
Dude, this is high.
I know.
All right, so, and I can't
Ed's
really
done.
see the screen because it's so hot. It's so sunny up here, so.
We're going to go down the elevator and come out, so please bear with us.
Yeah, and you're going to get a look at the different units and all the nice work that's been done out in the parking lot. And this obviously this building was hammered from Hurricane Ian. I got the door, and eyes got to adjust now. And there's been a lot of work being done. Holy darkness, Batman! It is way sunny out there. Passed off some flags in the parking lot here, everybody. Thank you all for donating the flags for the Flag Day event, which is Saturday.
And here we are in the lobby, or the breezeway as we call it. floor.
Let me see if I can see some of your comments now. Good explanation of the width of the beach at Island Winds. All right, and we're getting great job, Dave, from the Vice Mayor. Congratulations. We're getting ready to get in a working elevator on the beach.
Working elevator.
If we lose connection, it's just because we're in the elevator.
Your car is here, sir.
So how challenging was it for you to get elevators?
We ordered our elevator 3 weeks after the storm. We didn't even have an insurance settlement yet, but the elevators are critical. So we were Mr. First in line as far as ordering elevators. And it took us a year and a half
To get elevators.
to get elevators.
Okay, and now you have 2 buildings here,
Yes,
100 units,
yes, 50 in each.
50 in each, and you got in this building you got 3 first unit floors, and on the other building you have 1 first unit floor and a pool in the middle.
Yes, okay. We're gonna go on the cellar.
All right, we're gonna have to stay nice and close so people can hear the sound.
This
Right.
is beach access. We have a sun deck down here. We have 2 barbecue huts, one on this side, one on the other side. And each hut has 2 gas grills.
2 gas grills in each hut. Okay. So all this, I'm guessing, was all destroyed
This was
and lost.
post.
All
Everything
the
was,
landscape.
everything was post.
You got some nice landscaping going in here. We're at Island Winds, everybody. What's the address here on Estero?
6610 Estero Boulevard.
6610, and that's basically mid-island for the most part, right? Wouldn't you say?
I would say it's closer to mid-south.
Okay.
This is our contractor.
Hold on. What's this building here?
This is Gullwing.
Oh, Gullwing is open. It's been open for a
Yes.
while. So are they just doing some extra work there?
They're in the midst of continuing repairs.
Okay, still repairs there. And this building next door is what?
Sea Watch.
And
That is a timeshare by Hilton.
are they open?
Yes.
All right. So as you can see, 13 stories down here. All right. A lot of nice landscaping here, Dave. You got obviously new grass, and everything was. What about your trees? Were the palm trees gone? Did you have to get new palm trees?
We lost our 2 royal palms and we had to get new ones put in. A lot of these survived the storm because the building sheltered them. Some of them got knocked down, some of them did not. Everything between the buildings here was post. We had to rebuild everything here.
And you were explaining to me before the carport survived.
Yeah. Canadaris Builders built the carports and they survived, and actually Florida Power and Light slept under them for a month and a half because it was the only shelter from the rain.
All right, so where are we headed now?
We're going to go in the north end of 6610, the other building.
All right. And you guys, you were mentioning it before, but mention it again. You'll be open for rentals when?
June 13th.
And how can somebody, if
June
they're
23rd, I'm sorry.
June 23rd, and if somebody wants to call about renting down here on this end, what do they do?
Call the office, and I don't have the number, but it's on our website, islandwindsfortmyersbeach.com.
Well, that's a nice little grill you have there.
That's the other barbecue hut.
So you guys have little parties out here and whatnot?
Oh, yes. We have a permit to have our tiki hut put back down for our sunset tiki hut parties. That's in the town right now.
Let me take a little walk over here before we go upstairs so you can see from the ground level just how long their beach is here. Very nice. Brand spanking new, Dave. You can really see how super long their beach is here. All new landscaping. Work being done everywhere, Dave. Work being done everywhere.
We're not done yet, but we can see light at the end of the tunnel.
Thank you, Sandra. She put the website up there. Appreciate that.
Okay, we're on the ground floor of the other building. And I'll just show you a few amenities before we go look at some units.
Okay. All new flooring here. I'm guessing this was all ruined.
Everything here was cinder block. The water came out of there, and everything got stripped out.
So how high up is this from?
This is about 17 feet. We're standing 10 feet above flood stage.
Wow.
So it was 7.
So 17 feet above flood. Did you have to redo things on the bottom floor, Dave, to make sure the next time it doesn't get damaged? Did you have to raise your?
We had to do a lot of different things to be in compliance, but mostly we came back and built like for like. This is our postal center.
Really?
Package drop off.
Interesting. You got your own little mail room here.
Well, we got 100 owners,
Yeah.
and again, bathrooms, you're always very interested in the bathrooms.
Yes. Yes. I already checked out the toilet paper. It's nice and soft.
Here's my favorite room.
Yeah. Look at this. How high did the dumbbells go up, Dave? 50s. All right.
Okay,
Not
but
bad.
Then you can warm up over there if you get really taxed.
Yeah. And was this a fitness room before the storm?
Yes.
So all brand new equipment?
Everything got closed. Everything was underwater.
Yeah. Great view of the beach while you're working out. Very nice. How many times a week do you work out, Dave?
Oh, I lose track.
You lose track. Do you want me to,
Grab that door.
does the light go out automatically?
Yes.
All right.
The
And
hallway lights go off automatically, they're motion detected. So at night, we have, even though we have 0.3 tint on all the doors, the lights go out so they don't stay on.
so in the back of the building where you have lights, all turtle compliant, and wow, this is nice.
Yeah, this is our social room and meeting room.
Why do I have a feeling you spend more time in the social room than you do in the gym?
Oh, that's hardship.
Very nice. And I'm guessing all new furniture, all new flooring, all new everything.
Paintings.
Man, it smells new.
And we have a bike storage room with a ramp from the outside so you can store your bikes.
Bike storage room with a ramp. Very nice. Well, you guys thought of it all, huh?
Well, we tried. When you start over with a clean palette, you can make a brand new painting.
Sure. Now, how would you guys, I ask everybody this when I do these walkarounds, how did you guys fare with your insurance?
We had to spend close to $600,000 in professional fees to get the money from the flood carrier and from the wind carrier.
Okay, when you say professional fees, you mean from adjusters and lawyers,
Adjusters and lawyers.
just to get the money that they should have paid out at the beginning.
Everybody said, what do you need when they came down to visit us? And I said, send money, guns, and lawyers, because,
Yeah,
you know,
Yeah.
we were in a battle with the carriers.
yeah. How did you do with contractors?
Well, the custom paint and restoration van out there that finished up after Florida Structural Group walked away from us and filed Chapter 7 was our 5th contractor.
Fifth.
So
So if
we
you had somebody from the beginning that did what they said they
we
were
would
going to
have
do.
been open last year.
Oh man, that's horrible. You got a kitchen in here too.
That's our office.
Oh, got a nice office here. All right, very nice.
And this is going to be kind of a conference room, card room. We're finishing that up yet.
I saw somebody just jumped on. We're at Island Winds, little south of Mid Island, and if a restaurant opens in Santini Plaza, most of the people here would go there.
Absolutely.
Where was the hangout in Santini for you guys down here?
Generally, we went over to either the Sandbar or the Oliver's, and we all ate at the restaurant, South Beach.
Okay.
But we also went down to the Holiday Inn, Wyndham, and we went to the Rigger all the time.
Which is the closest one, the Outrigger or the Wyndham?
From here, you can flip a coin.
Okay. Yeah.
All right, we're gonna go up and take a couple of units in.
All right, back to the elevator, everybody. We are right next to Sea-Watch and right next to Gullwing, right between the two of them.
Between the two.
And it's
Almost across the street from the old Beach Theater, soon to be a new steakhouse.
what do you think of the Beach Theater plans?
We need more restaurants on the south end.
Yeah, if he could figure out his parking issue once everything starts to reopen, he should be okay.
We've got 500 units that are all in immediate walking distance. I mean,
Yeah, there is that too.
we're not gonna take cars over there to walk across the street.
Right.
7th floor.
All right, we're gonna go see a couple of units. Again, we're at Island Winds. You can go to their website. If you scroll up a little bit, Sandra posted the website.
Right.
Got a little screen door here.
Now, all of these units are 2-bedroom, 2-bath, and one thing that we have that a lot of other units don't have, they have their own washer and dryer.
Okay.
So you're not using a communal washer and dryer on the first floor.
2 bedrooms, 2 baths, including washer and dryer, which is very nice.
And this is there's 4 different floor plans,
Okay.
and this is one of the floor plans. I'm gonna show you one other one. But, and this is
Wow.
considered,
Okay, Dave, before you go on, now I'm looking at, was this completely gutted too?
no, this is, the water only got up to the first floor.
Okay, and the roof survived where it didn't leak down and ruin everything.
And there were some units that took water damage and some that did not. Some had a lot of damage, some did not. I don't know how much damage this took, but everybody, I think there are only 10 units that survived Ian
With
with
nothing.
absolutely nothing wrong.
Probably the only 10 units on the island.
Yeah, could be.
So this is owned by somebody,
Yes.
and then they'll rent it out.
Yeah.
How many weeks out of the year do these owners typically rent them? They all,
It's up to each individual owner. Every owner has their own usage. So some owners I've never seen down here,
okay,
but they rent all the time. There are other owners that rent 2 or 3 months, but they want to be down here during the high season.
sure.
So there's no criteria. We are a multi-family residential condominium, not a condotel, not a hotel. We're a pure condominium whose owners have the right to rent their unit.
Any amount of time they want. Can you, is
We
it,
have minimums in the summertime. That's the master bath, I believe.
nice.
Here's the washer and dryer
Oh.
behind there.
Washer and dryer. That's nice to have.
Oh, very much. The owner came in and staged this for you.
Very nice. You put in that toilet paper too, I see. So now we're looking out over toward
Building.
Gullwing. How many stories is Gullwing? They look a little higher than you.
They are, I think, 13 or 14.
All right. It's so clean. Everything's so clean.
All of the units are about the same size, 1,250 feet. Now, one of the advantages of the back units is they get a spectacular view of the back bay.
Oh yeah. Now that tennis court across the street, is that yours?
The one
One in
that's,
there.
yes.
Oh, you
We
own that across the street?
And
Interesting.
we own the pier, and
Wait, you own the pier too?
yeah, we're one of the few properties that has property on both sides of the Estero. And so that's our pier and dock. We have 2 tennis courts over there, and they're under contract to be rebuilt this summer. Again, we're waiting on.
Okay,
permits.
so I see one tennis court there. Is that yours on the
No,
other
it's
side?
if you go through here, it's off.
Oh, on the other side.
Yeah,
So are you gonna make it a tennis court or pickleball?
both.
Okay. Cool. So is there a launch over there for people that have a boat? Can you get over there and launch your boat?
There's no launch.
So it's really just a dock to go walk around and,
Well, no, you can park your boat there.
I see.
We have, you always have rules for everything in a condominium. We have rules as far as how long you can keep your boat there, because owners got into fights if you got more than 3 docks. If you have more boats than 3 or 4 dock spaces, everybody says, well, when do I get to use it?
Sure,
So
yeah.
you have to move your boat.
In other words, there's really no reason to have a boat. It's just more of a headache.
Well, a lot of people do. They bring boats down, put them in storage, and then park them for 2 or 3 days, use them, and then put them back into storage. All right.
Very nice. That was very nice. How did all these floors and walls do in the storm up on what, 7th floor? Okay?
They're fine. I mean, we've been painting and maintaining these all along, so we've had wind-driven rain and hurricanes, tropical storms. We lost a lot of screens, and we had to have those replaced.
Now, the question I have is, since the building fell down in Seaside,
Yes.
and there was new rules that the governor and the state put in place with budgets and inspections. Has that changed at all for you guys? Because I know a lot of the condo budgets down here have been kind of depleted. They're basically empty now. How is that all coming along?
Well, one of the silver linings on Ian is that we're brand new. We have new roofs, new elevators, we have new plumbing, new electrical, new painting. We're brand new on everything. So our reserves start at year 1.
Okay,
So we have no past
that helps.
depreciation that we have to make up for if we didn't put money in for it. So if your roof costs $1 million and you gotta replace it in 20 years, and it's year 18, you have to pay, that proportion into the fund, because you only have 2 years. Whereas starting over, everything's brand new, so
So you don't have to be re-inspected for another 10 years?
that's correct. And our reserve replenishment fund is at the absolute minimum it could be for every owner. So I think we came in, I want to say less than $2,500 an owner for the year for funding the reserves.
In addition to the assessments, I'm guessing. Oh, I love this floor. It's nice.
Now, as I said, every owner gets to decorate. You know, we have no standardized room, so I think that's a Roomba.
I'm just trying to see if it picks up the duty thing. Like, did you hear Dan's story about the Roomba
Yeah.
and the duty? Wow. Very nice. And so this has the beach view. What floor are we on? 7?
On the 5th floor.
5th floor. $1 million view right there. And all your lanai cages got blown away, right?
They didn't get blown away, but all the screens were done, and the sand got blown so hard by the wind that the paint got blown off, and then the cages got shook so hard that they were shaken out of their tap cons that hold them.
Crazy.
So we had to replace all of the lanai cages.
Crazy.
So these are all brand new lanai cages.
Now, where's the owner of this unit from?
I think Minnesota.
These guys got a nice crowd next door.
Yes.
Sea Watch. Young kids. I was a little surprised. I came in as soon as I got here. There's people at the pool, and there was a little young kid there. So I'm not used to seeing kids. Oh, look at how nice this is. How much will something like this unit, Dave, rent out for a week in the middle of the summer? Slowest time. Just a round guess.
I don't keep that, but it's probably north of $200 a night.
Okay, well, that's not bad.
I tried to stay divorced from the rental side of this because I've got enough to worry about. And again, this is the master bedroom. And if you rent this unit, this is your view you wake up to in the morning.
Yeah, there you go. This is why people fall in love with Fort Myers Beach, Dave.
Yep.
Would you say you have the longest beach from a condo's perspective,
Deepest. We have the deepest.
out to the water?
Yes. This section, the 6,000 section of the island.
And how is it that every time your beach grows and everybody else's doesn't? What's that whole thing? How does that? Is
Again,
it just?
if you look at the crescent of the island, and we're about here, when the wind blows from the southwest or the northwest, it's pushing sand in, and it's going to collect in the hollow of the crescent. So we continue to go that way.
And year after year, it grows.
It grows every year.
Crazy. That's
And
crazy.
we're very fortunate to be here in the island. That's your guest bath. And now the guest room doesn't have a view of the back bay on the front, but they get a much nicer view of the.
Yeah. And for the pool peepers, there you go. You can peep at the pool. And now there's an air conditioning unit up here. Is just for this unit?
Yes.
So every unit has one elevated.
Their own, and it's usually on the back lanai, the guest room lanai.
Downstairs, did you guys have to elevate all your AC units and
Yes.
pool equipment and?
Yes. That was all part of the, put it back together right.
It's kind of nosy.
That's fine.
And these have washers and dryers somewhere?
Yeah, it's in.
Nice. And here?
The door, I believe. Not that door, this one. Oh, it's in here.
Every unit's got a washer and dryer. There you go, right in the bathroom there. That was a great idea. We're at the Island Winds Condo Complex, little south of Mid-Island, between Sea-Watch and Gullwing, and they are opening June 23rd for rentals.
And then last but not least, before the tour is done, we'll go out on the pool deck.
Got to see the pool. Dave is the, in addition to the chairman of the MRF committee, he is the HOA president. Came down from Wisconsin for the 2 days,
Meeting.
3 days.
Now, the one thing I want to tell you is condominiums are not HOAs.
Oh,
We are bound by a completely different set of rules called the Condominium Act in the Florida statutes. So we are a condominium, not an HOA.
so what is your title then
President of the Board of Directors
of a condo?
of Island Winds Condominium.
Are the rules basically kind of the same as an HOA?
In some,
What's that?
Oh, how are you? Good to see you.
this is Tim Ryan. This
Oh,
is
Tim,
our-
how are you? Yeah, you made some
Tim is our
donations for
resident
flags. Thank you very much.
carpenter.
Thank you.
Also do Santa, so.
Oh, you
We
do?
went up with the Sandcastle building contest.
Oh,
I came
okay.
over and introduced
Yeah,
myself.
yeah, yeah.
We had brothers from another mother.
That's right. They're coming back in November.
And this is it. This is, pool is 3 feet 6 inches here, and over there it's 7.76.
So, tell me about the damage that you had. I'm guessing everything's brand new here.
Well, we had to replace the pavers, but everything here survived. Screens obviously
Sure.
disappeared, but and we lost our glass railing, but everything else pretty much withstood. These buildings were built in 72 and 74, and they're all concrete, rebar, cinder block. One of the structural engineers came through and was shaking his head, and I said, oh, this is bad news. And I said, what did you find? And he said, well, I can't tell you, it's in my report, and I have to give it to the insurance company. And I said, okay, hypothetically, if someone asked you, what do you think you would have found? He said, you're from the Midwest, you'll appreciate this. He said, I don't run into this very often. He said, these are built like a brick shit house.
Nice.
So,
Which makes it even more amazing that you weren't able to open sooner because of the contractors. So, somebody asked, is the pool heated?
yes.
Pool is heated.
And
Yes, it
it's
is.
a saltwater pool.
Saltwater pool. And once again, you can see how awesome this beach is. Got some seating out front here for the view of the beach. And landscaping on both sides. Give everyone the final rundown of when they can call and rent and
Well,
all
I
that
encourage
again. Dave.
everybody to go online, Island Winds, FortMyersBeach.com. You can view all of the units that are available for rent. It's got our phone numbers. You can call. Melissa's in the office. She'll be able to talk to you, as is Tim. And again, we're back in business. The owners are here, and we just want to get our vibe back.
Did you think you'd ever say we're open after almost 3 years?
The possibility of not saying it never crossed my mind.
Gotcha. Well, it's so nice to see condo after condo starting to open here on the south end of the Mid Island, and congratulations, all the hard work. Kim and I kind of watch you go through it week after week after week, and it's nice to finally see you guys are open. And thank you for the tour, Dave Nusbaum. Thank you so much, and thank you guys for tuning in. We are at the Island Winds condo, and the best looking, longest beach here on Fort Myers Beach, and we will see you guys on Saturday morning in Times Square for the ceremony on Flag Day, and also we'll have plenty to tell you about up until then. Lots still going on. So thanks to Dave, and thank you all for tuning in on Wednesday. Have a great